I am legally required by talk show rules to ask you if we will see the Hulk again.
I do know that I did give Kevin Feige the Blockbuster Award at the Hollywood Film Awards the other day, to a smattering of applause. And he did say, hey, do you think there's any more story left here? And I said, I could probably come up with a few storylines. And he said, well, maybe you should come in and we'll have a talk.
Oh.
So, you heard it here.
The epic forces of darkness and light that have come into play. And again, that's the hero gig.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. So this is going to be my new Avengers 5 Hulk video. There's also a bunch of new Marvel movies during Marvel Phase 5 that they just announced that I'll break down. And there's a bunch of deleted scenes of the Hulk from the Avengers Infinity Saga box set. We're still doing the giveaway for that too. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave the Marvel Phase 4 movie that you're most excited about on the video. I'll start with the Hulk stuff that Mark Ruffalo is talking about, then talk about the Marvel Phase 5 movies, then talk about the new deleted scenes that they just released of the Hulk. Just going down the list, top 5 style. Number 5, Mark Ruffalo has a couple Hulk storylines he's pitching Kevin Feige because, as he said, Kevin Feige really wants the Hulk to come back during Marvel Phase 4 and Marvel Phase 5. The funny thing about that is that, as most of you have probably realized, Mark Ruffalo still has a contract with Marvel, and Kevin Feige can force him to come back. He doesn't need to ask his permission to bring Mark Ruffalo back. He can just say, we're using you in this movie, show up or we'll sue you. It's just that Kevin Feige is nice like that, and he wants to get the actors' input for their characters, especially when it's going to be the 9th or 10th time that Mark Ruffalo has portrayed that character in an MCU project, when you include all the post-credit scenes that he's appeared in. If you've been following the MCU actors since Avengers Endgame came out talking about the futures of their characters, at least the ones that are still technically alive, Mark Ruffalo has already said what his vision for future Hulk is in the MCU. And since they've gotten so good with motion capture technology, he can actually keep playing that character for forever if he wants to. But the big thing that he said he wanted to do next was to be more of a Professor Hulk mentor to the newer, younger characters coming up. Literal and metaphorical Professor Hulk. So he's talking about the Young Avengers, but that's not all of it. So number 4, Young Avengers Hulk. Since Marvel announced that they were working on eventually doing a Young Avengers project, I've done a couple videos about it, everyone's just been wondering which characters they'd put on that team. Because of all those new Disney Plus series that they announced, we already have most of the original Young Avengers comic book roster. There's Kate Bishop Hawkeye debuting, Cassie Lang from Avengers Endgame as Stature, Kamala Khan Miss Marvel, not debuting for a while, but she'll be around pretty soon, the adult version of Monica Rambeau, who's debuting during the WandaVision series. Remember, she was a little girl during the Captain Marvel movie. They recast her as an adult for the Scarlet Witch and Vision TV show. And if rumors are to be believed, Wiccan and Speed, who are supposedly going to be introduced in some form during the WandaVision series as the children of Scarlet Witch. Maybe Tom Holland's Spider-Man, maybe Shuri, because both of them are still super young, and then of course, the She-Hulk character, Jennifer Walters, that's debuting a little bit later during Marvel Phase 5. But looking at the schedule here, they can't actually do an actual Young Avengers project until they introduce all these characters, which, going by everything that they've announced so far, wouldn't be till at least around 2022 or 2023. Even if they don't have room in their theatrical release schedule for a Young Avengers movie, a 6-hour Young Avengers movie broken into 6 episodes on Disney Plus would be just as good. Same amount of money, you just get way more story with those characters. Young Avengers vs. Kang the Conqueror would be amazing. Within that, though, Mark Ruffalo, as he's saying, would just play a sort of mentor role to them, and also probably smashing some things during a final big battle. You don't put the Hulk in a movie as the Hulk without letting him smash some stuff. But number 3, the other big project that the Hulk will be part of during Marvel Phase 4 much sooner would be the She-Hulk series. If you don't know what her origin story is, basic explainer, Jennifer Walters starts as a lawyer who also just happens to be Bruce Banner's cousin. She's prosecuting a bunch of criminals, they shoot her before she can uncover what they're doing, but Bruce Banner just happens to be in the area, and because they have the same blood type, she's quickly bleeding out. He transfuses his gamma-irradiated blood into her to save her life. It totally works, she's saved, she wakes up in a hospital bed, but she's surrounded by the criminals that previously tried to kill her disguised as doctors trying to finish her off. Because her body's now been infused with the Hulk's gamma, she transforms into the savage She-Hulk for the first time, instantly healing all of her wounds, smashing through all the thugs, beating a confession out of them, leading to a successful conviction where she gets them thrown in jail and she wins her case. The big difference between where she starts out and where Bruce Banner Hulk started out is that she's not quite as powerful, but she still has her mind and she can still speak like Professor Hulk speaks. Really, she starts out more as a female version of Professor Hulk than a female version of regular Hulk, the mindless version of the Hulk that's way more powerful. For the most part, she spends her time as a criminal attorney. For instance, if Spider-Man needed some help and Daredevil were not available, another good attorney in the MCU that they're introducing would be Jennifer Walters' She-Hulk. Mark Ruffalo would just participate in that series to give her her origin story and mentor her through the process of what it means to be a Hulk. Then She-Hulk would cross over into the movies, but they haven't said which movies she's going to be in, aside from, say, like a Young Avengers project. Number 2, though, the 5 new Marvel Phase 5 movies that they just announced. Everyone got really crazy about this a couple days ago. You probably saw the news. So Marvel announced dates for 5 new movies after Black Panther 2. This is what the new schedule looks like after that. Look at all these untitled movies. That's a lot of dates. We know what some of them are, though. So February 2022, right before Black Panther 2, is most likely going to be Ant-Man 3. They just said that they were starting work on it right now. Michael Douglas accidentally let us know that they were going to start filming it in early 2021, which means they'd be done and ready to release it February 2022. But here's where we get to the really good stuff. This is exciting. July, right after Black Panther 2, it's rumored that that will be Marvel's Fantastic Four, which kind of winds up being a big Black Panther Easter egg for classic Black Panther Fantastic Four. So if you haven't read those original Fantastic Four comics, the Black Panther character debuted for the first time in Fantastic Four number 52 in 1966. So introducing Marvel's Fantastic Four for the first time in a Black Panther 2 post-credit scene would be a huge Easter egg for those original comics. October that year, also exciting, is rumored to be Deadpool 3. Marvel's definitely going to make Deadpool 3. Ryan Reynolds has been teasing that for Marvel Phase 5. It's just unclear how they're going to brand it and how they're going to release it. Will they use Fox? Because Marvel technically doesn't release rated R films, and Deadpool 3 is confirmed to be rated R. But number 1, all the 2023 Marvel movies that next year. So right now, based on when they said they're starting production on Guardians 3, that February 2023 movie seems like it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Captain Marvel 2 was mentioned at Comic-Con. That will probably take the May release date right after that. They're both space-based franchises, and Captain Marvel's area of space that she polices with the Kree and the Skrulls is right next to where the Guardians of the Galaxy typically operate. So maybe Captain Marvel post-credit scene during Guardians 3. We already know that Spider-Man 3 was confirmed by Sony and Marvel for July this year, and then the November movie is probably going to wind up being Marvel's new Blade, because Kevin Feige announced it at Comic-Con but didn't give it a specific date other than to say it would be Marvel Phase 5. Those will be all the movie titles, but the order of a couple of the later ones might switch just a little bit between now and when those come out, because that is a long ways off. Biggest surprise for me is that we probably won't see Avengers 5 until 2024, which I'm totally fine with, and of course the Hulk would come back for Avengers 5. But I'm mostly looking forward to right now is the new Marvel version of Fantastic Four and X-Men. What are those going to look like? Who are they going to recast as the major characters? Once they do that, then we can start thinking about what the new Avengers roster is going to look like. So moving on to those new deleted scenes that they released of the Hulk from Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, there's the alternate ending where he bursts out of the Hulkbuster, and there's another one with him and Black Widow finding him as Professor Hulk on the battlefield where she almost passes out from surprise. The Hulkbuster scene, as cool as it sounds, is so unfinished in its current form that it looks like PS2 graphics, but it's still cool to think about what that might have been had they finished it and put it in the actual movie. The Black Widow Hulk alternate ending is just another really nice moment with the two of them, something that you didn't really get at the end of Avengers Endgame when she sacrificed herself. For all of you that were upset that they didn't include any scenes to back up what he was saying to Captain America, I tried to bring her back, but the stones wouldn't let me. You have to imagine that he also went into the Soul World just like Iron Man and Thanos did when they snapped the gauntlets. If there was anyone that he would have seen and spoken to in that Soul World, it would have been Black Widow. There's a bunch more bonus features like this and deleted scenes on the Avengers Infinity Saga box set, so if there are any that I think will make for an interesting video, I will totally make videos about them. Some of them are really cool, but some of them just don't work and you totally understand why they got deleted. I will keep that Infinity Saga box set giveaway open till they drop the Black Widow trailer in a couple weeks. Everybody click here for that new Avengers What If trailer video, and click here for my brand new Rick and Morty Season 4 Episode 2 video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.